Guys, welcome to today's lesson. This is a great one because today you'll get to meet a real American cowboy named Brett from Montana. And by the time you finish today's lesson, you'll be able to explain your own cultural heritage in English to any native speaker.
So, maybe you can tell by the context I'm in and my fancy hat what we're going to be talking about in this lesson. This is as close as I could get to a cowboy hat, by the way. And where am I? I'm in a pool hall. All right, and this is the sort of situation, bars, pool halls, pubs, where you're going to be able to use these skills to meet interesting characters like you're going to meet today. So there are 3 videos, all right? The first one is Lindsay and Allie at the rodeo. They're out of their depth, right? They've never been to a rodeo before. And then the second one is a cowboy talking about his hat. And then the third one is another cowboy also talking about the rodeo. So, some vocabulary you need to understand these 3 videos. First, the first word is surreal. We use this as an adjective to describe situations that just seem dream-like. Okay, not real. They seem like a dream, surreal. Another phrase that is mentioned, different mentality. Okay, this simply means that someone, maybe a group of people, but another person has different ideas or perspectives, a different mentality. In the last video, you're going to hear him talk about a rodeo event, cowgirls running the barrel. Now, I'm not a rodeo person. I've never even been to a rodeo, but I did grow up in a small town, and my high school actually had a rodeo club. So I kind of know what this means. So running the barrel, this is an event at the rodeo. So these cowgirls must navigate their horse around big wooden barrels. Okay, so that's the vocab you need. For task, when you watch the first video with Lindsay and Allie, I want you to listen, okay? What does the rodeo mean to them? All right, what does the rodeo mean to Lindsay and Allie? In the second video, I want you to listen to the cowboy and write down what the cowboy hat symbolizes. What does the cowboy hat symbolize for him? And then in the last video, I want you to listen to another cowboy and answer this question. What does the rodeo mean to him? All right? So enjoy these conversations and you're definitely going to learn something new.
What's up, Allie? We are at the Cody Night Rodeo. We drove all day to get here, and we're psyched to be here. This is going to be so cool. There's so many different events going on tonight. You know, we walked in, we bought this hat for Allie, and I mean, look at this wide open space. It's also set in Cody, Wyoming, which is a beautiful place. Oh, I've never been to a rodeo before. It's my first time at a rodeo, so let's see what happens tonight. You know, I mean, I've only seen a few on TV, but out on the East Coast, we don't see this stuff. This doesn't really happen that much, so it feels so exotic to us. It's almost like we're in another country. Do you feel that way, Allie?
I do feel that way.
Yeah.
It's a little surreal to be here, but it's also very exciting.
A little surreal.
What are you looking forward to about this experience?
I'm looking forward to the energy. I want to feel the energy. It's actually not as crowded as I thought it would be. I thought there would be, you know, I hope we see a lot of locals here tonight. But I think this rodeo is kind of famous just in general for being a huge thing, a huge deal. And the guy in the bus on the way in said that there's a lot of money in this, like for the, you know, for the cowboys and the cowgirls and the people competing in the rodeo. So why does it feel surreal to you?
To me?
Yeah.
I think it has to do with the nostalgia factor.
Nostalgia.
I think of the rodeo as kind of like an offshoot of the old Western ways of the world, and it kind of continued into this arena, like a sports arena, to kind of keep that Western vibe in modern day.
Yeah, it's only stuff we've seen on TV or like old Western movies. It makes us think of. I've never lived in the West. I've always lived on the East Coast, you know, where the spaces are small, the cities are larger. It's just kind of a different mentality. And you know, we took an amazing drive today through Bighorn National Park. So cool. Such a surprise. The open spaces and the colors and the rocks, the red rocks. God. was awesome.
It is awesome. So we're going to keep you posted tonight as things unfold. Since we're kind of newbies to this arena, we're not sure what to expect. But if anything exciting happens, we'll be sure to bring it to you.
Oh yeah. All right, so hello, how are you today?
Good.
What's your name?
Parker.
Parker?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Parker, nice to meet you. I'm Lindsay.
Nice to meet
I
you.
like your hat. It's
Thank
cool.
you.
It's very cool. So what does the cowboy hat symbolize in fashion?
Most people would say like it represents like hard work, trustworthy man, etc.
Wow.
Just characteristics like that.
Yeah.
Most people prefer like more narrow front, but the more you're outside in that, you want a wider one because it'll
Yeah.
help with the sun, so like that isn't beating down on your face, and that's why
Okay.
my hat's shaped like this.
Cool. And do
Yes.
cowboys come here to shop too, or do they have a whole nother line of their own cowboy hats?
Generally, most people come in here, they get the open brim ones, real flat dome top, so they can get whatever kind of crease they want in their hats.
Because it's more protective for the sun.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very cool. And how about boots? Those are cool boots.
Oh,
Can I
yes,
check
ma'am.
them out?
I've had them fixed. That's
Okay,
why like
had 'em
it's a
fixed.
different piece of leather.
Okay, what do those kind of symbolize?
It's just really probably my most comfortable shoe. I don't really wear tennis shoes
Yeah.
that much.
So I
Yes.
like the idea of the hardworking
Yes, ma'am.
image is kind of for the hat. That's very cool.
Thank you.
Okay, well thanks for chatting with me today.
No
I
problem.
appreciate that. The rodeo. We went to the Cody Night Rodeo last night, and we didn't really know what it meant to the local people. Like, what does it mean to you? You've worked at a rodeo before.
Yeah, 3 generations on both sides of my family have competed in rodeo
Awesome.
and ranching, and it's that symbol of the American West. That cowboy
Okay.
sleeping under the stars, and
Yeah.
when people go to a rodeo, it embodies that.
Yeah,
You see
yeah.
the bronc riding and the bull riding and the
Yep.
cowgirls running the barrels,
Yep.
and if you've never seen it, it really opens your eyes.
Yeah.
So welcome back from the rodeo, you guys, and from very interesting cowboy conversations. I hope someday you get to go to a rodeo, maybe with me, because I've never been either. So, what does the rodeo symbolize? What does it mean for Lindsay and Allie? Well, first of all, it's surreal, right? They've only seen it on TV, and for them, it really symbolizes the West, right? The cowboys, the horses. So they use the phrase, it's an offshoot of the West, okay? And then the second guy, he's so nice. He's so nice and so polite. And that's what the cowboy hat symbolizes, right? For him, the cowboy hat symbolizes hard work and a trustworthy man. All right, notice that phrase, a trustworthy man, right? So it symbolizes the ideals of his life, like his morals, right? What he believes in. So that hat is a powerful message for him. For me, this is just a fashion statement. I kind of like it. It's growing on me. And then finally, the last guy. What does the rodeo mean to him? So he's a very well-spoken man, by the way. For him, the rodeo is a symbol of the American West. So what's interesting here is that's the same as it is for Lindsay and Allie, right? Even though it doesn't seem real for them, but for this guy, he grew up in the rodeo, he lives the rodeo, and still this is the central message. This is the vibe, the feeling. For him, it symbolizes the American West, right? It's sort of a nostalgia for the American West. Okay. So your task. I want you to find a cultural, traditional event in your country from your culture, and I want you to think about what it symbolizes. All right? If you have to, research the history of this tradition or ceremony or event. Where did it come from? And what does it mean? Right? It might not mean the same thing today as it used to, but what is it supposed to mean? And also, what does it mean to participants today? Why do people still observe this tradition, this event? Okay? I would like you to write 1 page about this. So you might have to do a little bit of research about the history, add to your knowledge about your own culture, because this is how you're going to participate in conversations when you visit America or the UK or Europe. If you're having a conversation in English, your new friends want to hear about your culture, so have something to say. So write one page about what you find, all right, and your thoughts, your feelings about this. What does it mean to you personally? And then I want you to summarize this and share your newfound knowledge and your opinions with an English speaker.
Okay guys, so that was awesome. Now that you've gotten a glimpse of the world of the cowboy, you'll get a chance to see the wide open spaces that make the West so breathtaking. And you'll see where cowboys get to spend their days. And you'll also get the vocabulary that you need in English to describe this incredible natural beauty when you have conversations about landscapes and locations in English.